America and Europe were always considered good friends, but now their relations are getting sour. Differences between the two have increased regarding trade. America has imposed more taxes on goods coming from Europe, and Europe has also taken retaliatory steps. Not only in trade, but also in security and military alliance, the views of both are getting different. Europe now wants to be less dependent on America and wants to create its own identity. Meanwhile, China and Russia are trying to distance Europe from America by taking advantage of this. If this distance increases further, will the alliance of Western countries become weak? Are America and Europe now going to take different paths, and what will be its impact on countries like India? Watch the full video to know the answers to all these questions. On February 13, 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that the United States would impose additional retail tariffs on countries that levy higher taxes on American goods. He argued that this measure would help maintain trade balance. In response, the European Union expressed its willingness to engage in talks, but emphasized that it would not compromise on its rules and laws. Bernd Lange, chairman of the Trade Committee of the European Parliament, stated on February 14, 2025, that the EU would remain steadfast in its decisions to protect the interests of its consumers. The European Commission criticized Trump's decision, labeling it as unfair and misguided. The Commission warned that such additional tariffs could negatively impact the global market and hinder international trade. These developments highlight the escalating trade dispute between the United States and Europe, with both sides firmly adhering to their respective policies. Historically, the U.S. and Europe have been close allies, maintaining strong ties in trade, defense, and politics. However, these relations are now under strain due to recent trade tensions. The U.S. has imposed heavy import duties on certain European products, causing significant economic losses for European countries. In retaliation, the European Union has raised tariffs on numerous American goods, further exacerbating the economic strain on both sides. This ongoing trade conflict is creating a challenging environment for the economies of both the U.S. and Europe. America says that European countries are not treating its companies properly, while Europe alleges that America is misusing its economic power. This dispute has created a wall of trust between the two sides. The biggest impact of this trade war is on the European Union. The impact of this has been felt on the steel, automobile, agriculture, and technology sectors. Many American and European companies are being affected by this. Its impact is not limited to industries only, but the jobs of common people are also under threat. If the situation remains the same, the prices of many products in both the countries may increase, which will also increase inflation. This economic tension between Europe and America is not limited to trade only. In recent years, the political relations between the two sides have also weakened. Due to the change in America's foreign policy, Europe has started feeling that it can no longer trust America like before. At the same time, America wants European countries to support its decisions more, especially on the issue of China and Russia. Many big companies of Europe like Airbus and Volvo are giving tough competition to American companies. America feels that the governments of Europe are helping their companies, due to which they are moving forward, and American companies are suffering losses. Especially in the field of technology, the competition between the two has intensified, and America fears that European companies may become too powerful. There are also differences between the two regarding security. America wants European countries to spend more on their army and invest more money in the NATO organization. America says that Europe, it is dependent on America for its security, but spends much less than it. On the other hand, European countries believe that America is imposing its conditions on them while their needs are different. In the case of Russia and China, the U.S. and Europe hold differing perspectives. Following the Russia-Ukraine war, the U.S. urged Europe to sever ties with Russia entirely and impose strict sanctions. However, Europe finds it challenging to completely cut off relations with Russia and China. Many European countries continue to rely on Russia for gas and essential goods, while trade with China remains active. Although the U.S. wants Europe to adopt a tougher stance against both nations, Europe is not fully prepared to do so. This raises an important question. How will this growing trade tension impact countries like India? Will India face harm or benefit from these developments? Let's explore this further. The escalating trade dispute between the US and the European Union has the potential to affect India as well. On February 13, 2025, US President Donald Trump announced that the US would impose higher tariffs on countries that levy heavy duties on American goods, claiming this would help balance trade. In response, India reduced the import duty on American bourbon whiskey from 150% to 100%, a move aimed at maintaining trade balance and avoiding new disputes with the US. This decision came after Trump accused India of imposing unfair taxes on American products. Meanwhile, India and the US have jointly planned to advance the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, a major trade route that will connect India, the Middle East, and Europe. This initiative is expected to boost India's trade and provide competition to China's Belt and Road Initiative. As the US-EU trade tensions continue to unfold, India is navigating its position carefully, balancing its economic interests while exploring new opportunities for growth. It is clear from these events that India is continuously taking steps to protect its business interests and is trying to strengthen its economic position in the world. But not only India, this dispute is also affecting the markets and people around the world, especially what is its impact on environmental policy and business sector. Let us know that there are differences between America and Europe regarding environment and green energy. The European Union is taking strict steps to deal with climate change and wants America to do the same, but America does not fully agree with this. Many times America has refused to follow the rules that Europe has implemented. Because it feels that it will affect its economy, the effect of this dispute is not limited to governments only, but is also affecting the common people and business. Due to the increasing strictness on trade between America and Europe, the expenses of steel and car manufacturing companies have increased, due to which they are suffering losses. When taxes on import and export of normal things increase, things become expensive, and common people have to spend more money. Due to this fight, many companies can go into losses, which can also affect jobs. This dispute between America and Europe is not new, but this time the matter seems more serious. Both the countries are talking to resolve it, but no concrete solution has been found so far. If this tension does not end soon, then in the coming time, the relations between America and Europe can get worse. This will affect the trade around the world, and the economic situation can deteriorate. Now it has to be seen whether America and Europe forget their fight and become good partners again, or this dispute will create a new economic problem for the world. If you find this information important, then definitely like and subscribe so that you can stay connected with all our upcoming updates. Thank you for watching.